Hello, I'm Caylyn, and today I will be sharing my therapy experience with you with the intention of normalizing therapy and also giving you some ideas on what to expect. So, I've been with my current therapist for about a year and a half. When I first started with this therapist, I did have a feeling that, oh yeah, there's going to be an end date to this because I went in for something relatively specific. But a year and a half later, there are so many other things that I'm getting out of this relationship, and because I feel I was matched so well with my therapist, not something I'm wanting to give up. I found my therapist actually through the recommendation of a friend. I was seeing a student therapist through the Gestalt Institute. Gestalt is a psychotherapy modality. It's considered a very humanistic approach, and Gestalt therapists are trained in the art of dialogue, which is listening with the intention of learning something from the other. I find that this form of therapy focuses a lot more on helping me to learn to really pay attention to my body and to listen to anything that it might be telling me, or identifying where my emotions are coming up in my body to be able to be very self-aware and then employ the skills that I have learned to be able to use them. I'll put a little link down below if you're interested in learning more about the Gestalt Institute. And if you're really interested in learning more about these things, sign up for my weekly newsletter. Link also down below in the description. So I hadn't tried Gestalt therapy before, but I think what really appealed to me in this moment is I felt I really needed a therapist, and I needed something that was a little bit more cost effective. So the option of seeing a student therapist was something that I was comfortable with. And I liked it because it also gave me the option to go more frequently, which is what I was looking for. So I go once a week. I've been doing that for a year and a half. And in that time, I feel like I've been able to grow a really good relationship with my therapist, which I appreciate very much because I feel like I do get the support that I need. And that's pretty much the reason I went in the first place, was because I needed support and help. And I got that. So prior to the pandemic, I would go to their office to have my session. And I think you can kind of tell if you're going to get along with a therapist if you feel really comfortable in their office space and they kind of make you feel very welcome and safe. I enjoyed having a safe space to go to have that time that I was using for self-care and taking care of myself. And then after the pandemic, of course, in-office sessions were not a thing anymore. So we switched to either phone calls or then Zoom calls. There's something awesome in a way about being in your own space to have a therapy session. There is something I do really miss about having an in-person session. I connect very much that way. So I think it kind of depends. If you were thinking about online therapy, are you more comfortable in your own space? Because that might actually be something that helps you a lot in your therapy journey if you're very, very comfortable where you are, right? Again, for me, I was kind of missing out a little bit the in-person experience with that. Bonus points, I was always allowed to bring in a tea, and sometimes my therapist would also have a tea. So there was something really nice, and I think that helped build a strong connection if we were, both sitting there also able to enjoy, a cup of our favorite drink. Even if I was having a session where I was crying or just not having the best time, it was nice to have something like that we connected over. And after having, built a relationship with a therapist for a while, you start to have your own little thing going on. There's totally jokes, our own inside jokes that we make with each other. And part of that adds to being comfortable and relating with another person. And I think that's something I really like about the Gestalt therapy approach, is that it is very humanistic. It's very about, I'm human, but so is my therapist. And honestly, with that, I wouldn't have it any other way. That really works for me. Thank you so much for watching. As I said earlier in the video, if you are interested in learning more, sign up, link down below for my weekly newsletter. Otherwise, thank you so much again for watching. Please like, please share, please comment, please subscribe, and I will see you next week. Cheers.